it's Free Tarot Friday. I'm pretty sure it's Friday. And we're going to just go through the zodiac, Aries all the way through Pisces, looking at the tarot for some practical advice for your weekend. Remember, this is just for fun, and it's supposed to reflect the collective consciousness of each zodiac sign. So don't take it too seriously, but maybe if it's fun for you and you get a little word of wisdom, you can play with it as it's applicable, right? So let's start right with Aries. Okay, let's do Aries first. We're clearing the deck for Aries and see what kind of wisdom, advice, or guidance we can offer for our Aries friends with just a little bit of fun through the tarot. All right, Aries for the weekend, what do they need to know? Three of Cups, Strength, and Ace of Coins. Okay, so Aries, you know, the Three of Cups card, this comes when there's more than two people in a relationship. It can also come as a sign of festivity, a sign of party, a sign of having fun, right? They've got the cups up, but often it means like there's multiple people involved in a relationship. It could be three roommates. It could be somebody's cheating on somebody. It could be that you've got wandering eyes. It could be that you bring a new baby home. There's all kinds of ways that you can look at this energy. So we're on Aries, and we're saying like, okay, there's a lot of people involved in this love, either triangle or party. There's strength. Okay, so this is something, see how she's got the infinity symbol going? So this is something that's going around and coming around, and there's karma involved, and your path here, if you choose to accept it, is to be the calm, confident leader, the steadiness, even though there's chaos or parties or craziness all around you. How can you tap into your inner strength? And also just doing something new, you know, with your money. So the Ace of Coins, you know, maybe there's an enterprise that involves multiple people that you're interested in, that you've got to be more calm than you're used to being. Like maybe your normal reaction would be really excited and jump into it. This is a little bit more steady, slow approach. But the Ace of Coins, you know, that's really, I think I always like to get the Ace of Coins, doing something new that is financially rewarding for you. Doing something that grounds you, that doesn't take you out and spiral out and go into idea and crazy land. Okay, so that's for Aries. Yay, Samantha got in time for Aries. What did you think of it? Did it help you? And hi, Melissa. I see you too. Okay, so let's do Taurus next. Let's clear the deck for Taurus. Hi, Cindy. If you're cross-watching, just be aware, you know, that help is the sunny side of control, as my friends like to say. With that's an Anne Lamott quote. But if you're here just for you, which you should be, we're doing Taurus right now, and the Knight of Wands fell out, so we'll leave that one out. Clear the deck for Taurus and see if we can have any advice or insight for our Taurus friends. Okay, Miss Holloway is here. She's a Taurus. Let's see what we can get for our Taurus. Clear. All right. So the Knight of Wands, you know, this energy can represent somebody that's immature in your life, that is kind of working their way up, that might be just in action without really thinking about things and going slowly and methodically, kind of at the pace of the Taurus. So this is either you're acting that way, or there's somebody in your life that may be representing a little bit of immaturity for you. That's okay. You know, we all have to go through growing pains. We all have to go through a certain amount of puberty in the spiritual walk, right? So that's something to consider. You know, maybe you're finding your way with something, and it does feel like it's been pretty heavy for you. Okay, the Ten of Wands, we usually tell people that you're carrying too much. You're carrying maybe all of the weight, when maybe it's time to let it go, let the rope go, and let others kind of pick up the load. Eight of Coins, this is kind of like minding your own business in a way, just chopping wood, carrying water, staying on your own mat, staying in your own hula hoop, right? And then I also got the Four of Cups. It's kind of like you're bored. So there's a lot of conflicting energies. How I would look at this, Taurus, it's like this kind of same way of life, or same way of living, or same circumstances where this person is bothering you, is kind of grating on your nerves, and you might feel like the weight of the world on it. So it's kind of just a redirection of focusing back on yourself. And you can't change maybe the circumstances or other people, but you can change your responses. And just chop wood and carry water. You're really, really good at that. Anyways, all right. Taurus, let's clear the deck for Taurus. Samantha, it means you're engaged. Yay. Congratulations. Hi, Elodie. Yay, you're here. Okay, so that was Taurus. Let's do clear the deck for Gemini. and just reset it so that the energy represented gives some of our Gemini friends some advice, some encouragement, something to think about for their weekend ahead. Clearing the deck for Gemini. If they've got any questions on their heart that this comes out for them. Okay, 2 and 3. All right. So similar to Taurus, they got the 10 of Swords. So Taurus got the 10 of Wands, where maybe they've been doing too much. The 10 of Swords is maybe where you've been thinking too much. So you've overthought something. Maybe you've been in a state of depression or anxiety. This is like when the mental world is way, way at the end of its possibilities, right? So I like to tell people the worst is over. You made it to the 10, right? So the worst is over, whether you've got some anxieties or depression or hyper-focused or obsessive thoughts. It's okay to let those go. Very next, you have the Ace of Swords. So when it's bookended like this, when you have the ending and the beginning, I really like that. So we're changing the cycle. We're changing the way we think. We're changing, really, it's the way we think. So that starts with a pause. And so one of my mentors says, you know, pause is not a reload, right? A pause is to pivot in a new direction. So if that means, Gemini, that you're normally doing this and this and this and sending back a text, maybe you type out the text and you don't send it. Or maybe your normal response is to say yes to all these meetings. Maybe you take a second to think about it. You know, this is acting in a new way, thinking in a new way, really. It's really thinking in a new way. You do have a victory card. So help is right around the corner. This is good news. You're probably going somewhere, planning something, you know, on the move about something. And you probably need to have a little alone time too. So I know, Gemini, that's not your normal natural state, but the Hermit card means it's really time to go inside, sit with yourself, let yourself get through some of this cycle so that you can emerge a new person. Gemini 2.0, right? All right, let's clear the deck for Cancer. Those are kind of heavy, heavy ones. I'm always looking for light, sunny, practical advice. So hopefully you're getting something useful out of it. Those felt a little bit more heavy than usual. And let's just clear the deck for Cancer. Hi, Danelle. Let me scroll for a second, make sure I'm not missing. Hi, Tina. And yes, I can do some readings at the end. I do have time. Okay, so we just did Gemini. Let's do Cancer. Clear the deck for our Cancer friends. See what's in store for our Cancers this weekend. All right, Queen of Wands fell out. So that's a significant card for them. Okay, that one is also sticky. Okay, guys, lots of info for the Cancers here. So the Cancer's natural state might be more alone time, might be more reflective, might be more nurturing and mothering and taking care of people, but this is the card that fell out. This is the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is like the go-getter that's being in action for herself, right? She's not like nurturing and bothering to take care of everybody along the way. She's doing her thing, okay? So being in action about what? The next card that fell out was the Three of Coins. So this is kind of like, I like to think of it as graduate level work. So you've done all the base level, you've been through high school, and now you're under the, you know, you've gone through college, and now you're doing graduate level work. This is working on, like, he's really intricately working on this window. He's not just building something that's functional and practical. He's working on the highest art of his life. Okay, so Cancers, being in action for yourself on something that is a little bit next level for you. Some of you might be working on your marriage. We've got the Hierophant card and the Ace of Cups, and so and the Six of Coins. So this is also about, you know, if this part didn't apply to you, Cancer, you might be looking at kind of a renewal energy in your marriage, something that gives it new life, something that gives you renewed love, something that makes you feel generous. Generous. I'm still backwards with this camera. Okay, so two options for you. Maybe you can balance them out so that it's not all just about me doing my thing alone, get away from me. And it's not all just you, let's work on our love, you know, like let's find the happy balance, Cancer. So hopefully that made sense to some of you guys watching. Just some fun advice for the weekend. All right, after Cancer comes Leo. Let's see what we've got for our Leo friends. Are there any Leos watching? Lorna, thank you for that feedback. I really appreciate it. If you want to share anything else about how it helped, I think it helps others too. Okay, so clearing the deck for Leo. Leo. What do our Leo friends need to know? This is the one that fell out. So it feels like a lot of people are feeling kind of that heavy 10 energy where you feel like you've probably just been through the ringer. You're just tired. You just want a little love, right? Leo, that's what you really want, right? Just feel a little love. Like you're ready for that old cycle to end. Yeah. You're really bored from this old cycle. Like, God, like it doesn't really matter how many new projects you start or how many new ideas you have or how well things are going. You're still just like a little bit bored. Like, is it always going to be like this? You know, is life worth living? Right? Like those types of sadness. The Devil card, this is really like when we get obsessive thinking, usually about sex and money. In my experience with my clients, it can be overindulgence, overthinking, and just kind of getting into your craziness where it takes you down the darker path. Okay, so Leos that are kind of going through some struggles, going through some intense times of life, you know, the way out, the cards are saying, and in life is the Six of Coins, this card of generosity. So when you're nervous and when you're worried about me and poor me and nobody loves me and nobody's seeing how hard I'm working, then how can you actually flip it and be of service and really just be generous with people? Give awards to the people that are working for you or with you, honor them, recognize them. If you want to have a good friend, be a good friend. If you want to have an affectionate partner, be an affectionate partner. Those type of things, just flip it. Just do the thing that you're wanting. That's what the cards say anyways. Also, you have a big Leo full moon coming up. I don't know if you guys have caught it, but the February podcast was released yesterday, and Amanda and I were talking about the Leo full moon. Also, we have the Book of Ceremonies, which has a beautiful full moon in Leo ceremony, which both of those things, the podcast, the forecast, the Book of Ceremonies, are all at wiseskysadvice.com. So let's clear it up for Virgos. Let's think about our Virgo friends with love in our hearts. And what practical advice can we give for Virgos? Clearing the deck for Virgos, clear all the energy that we've seen before. And let's see what our Virgos need to hear. Clear the deck for Virgos. Hey, Rissa. Hey, Dorina. Hi, Ellie. Okay, so we're on Virgo, guys. Clear for Virgos. I know when I'm watching readings, it's always annoying. Like you want the reader to just stop shuffling the deck, but I promise it's worth it to get the right cards out by shuffling. So clearing the deck for Virgo just by shuffling and talking about Virgo really helps it. All right, practical advice for our Virgos. The Hanged Man, the Moon, and the Knight of Wands. I just want to do one more, and the Hermit. Okay, so Virgos, I love this reading. The cards are clear. I like when I get a lot of clarity with these particular images. I've been working with this deck for a long time, but with the Tarot for about 20 years. So I have really ingrained messages or keywords that go with each of the cards. So for this one, it means do nothing. Don't do anything. Be inactive. Don't do anything. You know, so this weekend, Virgos, maybe you need to not respond to your emails. Maybe the laptop stays down. Maybe there was a big activity you wanted to go do. Maybe it's not the right time for that. This is the card of doing nothing. Rest, reserve your energies, okay? Because why? There's something that we don't know yet. There's more to be revealed. There might be something that come up that if you had all these plans, you wouldn't have been able to do or address or be there for. So the Moon is a card where things are a little hidden. And it's not like they're hidden from you on purpose. It's like life hasn't happened in a way, in a fashion that we have all the information that we need right now. So more will be revealed because we're all kind of living our lives in our free will. So Virgos, do nothing. We don't have all the information we need. Don't be immature about it, you know, and just take your quality time alone, right? So chew on that. I love you, Virgos. I love, love, love you. Virgos just have some special magic. My cousin, my older cousin growing up was like a sister to me, and she's a Virgo. And so that's one reason I have such great love for you guys, is because of her. All right. So many things flipped out. So we were doing Virgos. The next one is Libra. And I see some Libras. Thank you, Elodie, for letting me know that that one made sense. I appreciate it. Clearing the deck for Libras. A couple came out. All right. Any Libras that need to hear a message, what is it that they need to hear? The two that fell out were the Star and the Eight of Swords. So I like to get these cards too. Like the Star is when it's just time to shine. It's time to be the star of your own life. You know, you have a personal legend that's unfolding. We all do, right? So what is your personal legend that's unfolding on this magical mystery tour? When you look back over the last month, are you living the life that you wanted? That doesn't mean that we're all on sailboats, you know, sailing the Caribbean. It doesn't mean that we're all in high rises at the top of our careers. It just means, like, how do you feel inside? Are you feeling like you're shining? If not, you know, you're the only thing in the way. You're the only thing in the way of your life shining. Okay, you. And why do I say that? Is because this Eight of Swords card for me means when we're a prisoner of our own making. There's nothing actually wrong here. She feels the swords, she feels the tension, she feels the icy mountains behind her, but her hands are free. You know, she can easily get out of that mess and untie her blindfold. So this is like, you have everything going on, just get out of your own way, you know, so that you can shine and be the star of your own show. So do something new. Queen of Wands, be in action. Six of Coins, maybe being more generous, maybe looking for more freedom than you've ever felt like good enough or worthy enough to ask for and to get. So hopefully that really rings true for some of you Libras, sorry. Libra, love you. After Libra comes Scorpio, which I am. I'm a Scorpio. I have 4 planets in Scorpio, so I really resonate with the Scorpio readings. Clear the deck for Scorpio. That one is the one that was coming out. Yay, sunshine. Here comes the sun, right? The Beatles song, Sun King, played this morning. I've had a lot of sun imagery lately. And I'm a typically more lunarly oriented. All right, catch that one, Grammarly. Right? So for Scorpio, what our Scorpio friends need to know, love, hear, some advice, some wisdom for Scorpios. Something that might trigger some healing or some ideas for the weekend. Not there yet, they say. Okay. Oh my God, that was like the worst shuffle. Glad you can't really see it all. I like for you to see that, yes, in fact, I am shuffling. All right. Clear for Scorps. Perfect. All right. So the sun, right? Like, it's all going to be okay. You know, you're shining, you're doing your best, you're making your best effort. This is like looking forward with childlike wonder, with curiosity. 3 of Cups, again, 3 people in a relationship. Could be some codependencies going on. It could be some triangulation is going on. The King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, it's like mommy and daddy aren't on the same team, right? So interesting energy. We also have the 7 of Cups and then the King of Coins. So this is like, you have a lot of options to make. Don't give your power away. You know, you've got a lot of options to make, Scorpio. So you got a lot of choices available to you. So just like get centered before you jump off the deep end with your choices. What's the path that brings you the most light? Okay. After Scorp comes Sagittarius. I have a lot of love for the Sages in my life too. And let's clear the deck for Sag. You know, we all have all of the zodiac signs. We're just doing simple sun sign readings right now. So in your chart, at the time of your birth, if the sun was in the constellation Sagittarius, what kind of practical advice do we have for you this weekend? Oh gosh, Sag. So lots of money in this spread. So you also have a decision that to make. this decision is, sorry, where's, I don't know, is financially oriented. So the Two of Cups, coins, this is when you can see that it's kind of, they're equal decisions, but it comes at a cost. You know, it's a decision that if you make it this way, somebody else loses out, and it's just kind of this old issue of triangulation, or of having decisions that pull you in a direction instead of like exactly what you want to do, right? And so the Page of Coins, this is a message about money. The Seven of Wands, it feels like you're doing it all alone and that nobody's helping you. Like it feels really lonely sometimes. Like I need help making this decision. What do I do, you know? And it also feels like expensive. Like maybe you've made a big expense, a big purchase, or that money is tight, or that it's not flowing to you, it's flowing away from you. Like this is all just feelings, you know, that are in the cosmos around the constellation Sagittarius. You're also really focused on marriage, okay? So we've got the, sorry, this one was first, the Hierophant, which for me is the marriage card. It can also be marriage to the man, or, and when I mean the man, I mean like the work, like the institution. Surely you understand what I'm saying. The Emperor is that, the institution. So this is feeling like a strong sense of commitment towards something, you know, and usually it's with your partner. If you're not partnered, it can be a strong desire to have that partner return, or to draw that partner in, or to go ahead and make that commitment and seal the deal and get a date on the calendar, right? So there's some financial decisions and some marriage thoughts, and that's what's going on for Sag. So what do they really need to focus on? Let's give them a little bit of clarity here. What do they need to focus on this weekend that's in their best interest? Okay, Sages that we're watching that need some extra guidance. Here's a little clarity for you. A generosity, card of being bored, and the card of kind of thieving. So Sag, what do you really need to focus on? There's more. It's like finding balance here. We've got all of the earth, air, fire, water, all of the elements are represented here. And so finding balance and finding that path that is true to your most authentic self, you know, to thine own self be true, and don't make decisions based on what everybody else thinks. Like find your path in life. Okay, and that's Sag. Let's see, 9. So 10 is Capricorn. Let's clear the deck for Capricorn. The 4 of Coins fell out. So maybe some of you are also feeling a little tight with money right now. That's okay. You're really good at that. Kidding. Love you, Capricorns. So let's clear the deck for Capricorn. Clear for Cap. And what do our Capricorns need to know? That was an awesome shuffle. I love when that happens. Clear for Cap. Okay, so Capricorns, it feels like money's been tight. That can put you in a state of fear. You know, the 6 of Cups, this is really a card of childhood friends, a blast from the past, enjoying your time with childlike wonder, but you just don't, it's like you feel guilty. It's like you don't feel like you can do that. I know that because you've got the 10 of Wands next. It's like you feel like, whoops, you took on a little too much, or you've overcommitted, and so therefore you can't play. You know, it's like this kind of weird thing you're doing in your head, or like you don't deserve to play because you've spent all the money. Like that's kind of the vibe of that. You've also got the Moon, which our Virgos had, and the Wheel of Fortune. So all of this is an illusion. There's more to be revealed. We don't have all the information we need, so there's no sense in beating yourself up or judging yourself or being hyperly critical when all we have is today anyways. We just have this day. So just have lighten up a little bit with yourself. Take a chance, do something different. Wheel of Fortune is about rolling the dice. It's about just seeing what your options are, and you know, giving it up to the universe to say, I'm not in control anymore. Show me what you got. You know. All right, easy for me to say. So that's Capricorn. Oh my gosh, Gloriana, thank you so much for that feedback. If you guys see Gloriana's comments, she was telling me that the Sag advice was pretty right on. And so is Dina. Oh gosh, yeah, she's got a stellium. Yes. And then Tina, she says you're spot on after 47 years called the husband and I are at a crossroads, taking my blinders off, and she's not agreeing to his way of living. And she likes my hair. I don't have Scottish heritage. I'm Russian. But thank you. I think my mom's side of the family had some Scottishness, but more strongly Russian. So we're back clearing the deck for 11 is Aquarius. Clearing for Aquarius. What do our Aquarius friends need to know and hear this weekend? Okay, those. Oh, 3, all right in a row. So similar to Scorpio, it's just like your time to shine. It's like your time to remove all of the blocks, all of the things that have been holding you back. The 2 of Swords, it feels like you're always having to make a decision. Like your whole life is just like, oh, I've got to make this decision. And the Justice card, it's like there's a lot of weight with this decision. So it's not like you can just, order what you want to eat. Like you got to think about it, because does it have this and this and this? And I've got all of these restrictions. Like every decision you have to make feels super heavy and karmically oriented, and you're sick of that and you just want to shine a little bit. Okay, so how can you be a little bit lighter with the decisions going on in your life? If you've got too much work, then great. Let's make light of that decision. If you don't have enough work, then great. That means you got some space to work with. Like, how can we shift our focus from like, ooh, decisions to like, yay, decisions? That's how I would look at this card. And I would also say, I always like to say with Justice card, you don't have to be the karma police. So it's not like your decisions affect your kingdom, that are affecting everyone. It's like you just stay in your own hula hoop and let others have their consequences. If you're not making a decision, or you're making a decision based on how somebody else will feel, it kind of shows me that you're trying to control the situation so that you don't feel bad, or you don't have to witness their outcome. Some good parenting lets people have their consequences so that they can have their own mistakes and learn from them. So if you're constantly blocking people from the consequences of their lives or your decisions, then you're really interfering and enabling, and that just disempowers the whole chain of command. So you just make the decision that's best for you, that is most authentic. I'm making up words left and right. It's most authentic to yourself, and go from there. Go easy, go light, make it fun. All right, so we finally make it to Pisces. Pisces. Do we have any Pisces watching still? Pisces, I didn't see any Pisces that I know yet. So clear the deck for Pisces. What do our Pisces need to hear? Thanks for sticking in with us to the end of the reading. Clear for Pisces. Pisces watching. They have some questions on their heart. They want to throw them into the cosmos. Now is the time to do it. Okay. Clear for Pisces. Hey, Barbie. Hey, Melissa. Okay, great. Clear for Pisces. That one just won't go. All right. Really want to find a good card. Okay. I don't like to stop when it's all like, ooh, grim. So Pisces, here's what's going on. You've got 2 immature energies pulling on you, and it's kind of taking you off your own path. It's like maybe you've got 2 kids, or maybe you've got a job over here and a side job over here, or maybe you're working a night and a day, but it just feels like this kind of immature energy, or this energy that's not ripe yet. Okay, so you could look at it that way too. If you've got a project that's not quite launched yet, but you've got a couple of them, it's kind of draining your energy, so we want to take a look at that. I know that it's probably related to work. I know that you probably feel kind of like analysis paralysis, like you're going and doing, but not much is getting done. You probably feel like you're treading water in some ways, and it's probably getting kind of spendy. You're probably making some investments around this whole situation. But don't worry, it's happening fast, okay? So everything that you're doing right now, even if it feels like, tense and chaotic, it's happening quickly. It's not gonna feel like this way forever. The energy is shifting. Your birthdays are coming, and so even though maybe the rest of the world, we've got Mercury retrograde in Pisces coming up in February, Mercury will be in Pisces along with the sun. So you've got 2 planets aligned with your zodiac sign coming up in February. And so you will have extra energy where maybe the rest of the zodiac might feel taken, I don't know, like a little bit more tired or in dreamland, or like they're not as crisp. You know, Pisces, you're going to thrive better. So you're going to thrive more, and it's happening soon. And I'm saying February, which is tomorrow. All right. So that kind of gets us through the whole zodiac. I know some of you wanted to have some personal questions. Fill her in. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Jennifer, I'd love to know if that made sense to you. Dorina, you too? Okay, look, all of you. There's lots of Pisces out there. Okay, so I know that one Queen Holloway, look, there's lots of pregnancy questions going on. All right, let's see. All right, so let's do Miss Holloway first, and she has a question about pregnancy. I don't want to ask, is she or isn't she, right? Like, that's something you can learn about the tarot, is you never want to pretend like you can portend somebody's future. We all have free will, so you're all making decisions. I can reflect back to you what your energy looks like, you know, based on these picture cards, you know, and we can have fun playing with it. But ultimately, you're in control of your life, and your decisions are what's making your outcomes, right? And your decisions start up here in your head. So if you're having some stress, then what are your spiritual tools to clear that? Right. So that said, having fun, what does Miss Holloway need to know about her pregnancies? Clear for her. Okay, so the Temperance card came up, and that's usually when we are overthinking, overdoing, drinking too much, eating too much, spending too much time hyper-focused on something so much that it can't happen. You know, that we're so worried. So this card comes up when we need to take a breath, take a breather, take a step back, you know, temper the energy around it. The star, I mean, these are, I think they're cards that would represent pregnancy. So it's not the Empress card, but it's a card, you know, you can see the angel of God is up here talking to her. You can see that she's trying to be the star of her own show, and that's wonderful energy, actually. It's not bad at all. It's just like you're kind of in your own way about it. So reel in the obsessive thinking about it and just make a new decision. So have new responses. So play opposite day. You know, this is a card of changing your perspective here. Probably not what exactly you wanted to hear, but that's what came up. Veronica wants to know about her sister. So I don't like to do any readings for people that aren't asking for it themselves. I know we're just having fun in here. So instead of asking for Veronica's sister, I'm going to ask for Veronica. What does she need to know on behalf of her sister? What does she need to know about the situation for Veronica? What does Veronica need to know? And then if Valerie wants to pop in, we can do her too. But right now, let's just look at Miss Prieto Veronica. Wow, she also got the star, the Knight of Coins, the Nine of Wands. Okay, so it's like being the star of your own life. So maybe getting to be an aunt is a new role for you, right? Like it's a new leadership position. So you're having to kind of step out of one way of life and into another where you have a rite of passage coming up for you. And it feels like you've got some responsibility with this. So, or that you're wanting to take some responsibility with it. And you're probably somewhat excited about it, but it also kind of makes you feel like it's a loss of one way of life for you and a beginning of another. And that you can have mixed emotions about that the rest of your life. But for now, it's like, what kind of little ritual or rite of passage can you give yourself? Okay, Miss Holloway says it's fine. And Danelle wants to know if she should start her own business. So let's get some clarity for her. What does Danelle need to know about her own business? So if you guys have any personal questions, go ahead and drop them in for me, and I'll get to as many as I can in the next few minutes. So Danelle, she's a Libra. Should she start her own business? Of course she's, I don't know, Libra. Like you got a lot of decisions to make, right? Like weighing the scales. That's what you do best, right? Don't make the Libras make the decision. Help them make them for them, right? Help them with that. They love that. All right. Should Danelle start it? What's the energy like if Danelle starts her own business? What's it like? Lord. It looks good. It looks like it's something that you would love. Ace of Cups, starting something new that you love, that gives you a renewed sense of love. Sorry about that. And then, yes, so that looks good. So then I like to ask too, so this is just kind of a teaching moment. Should somebody start their own business, you don't want to like tell them that and then they do that and then you're involved in their karma. You just want to say, here's what it looks like if you do. Here's what it looks like if you don't, right? So what if she doesn't start her own business? What does it look like? What does her energy look like? Not mine or my influence or what I think, right? I don't even know her, right? So what does it look like if she doesn't start her own business? Still okay, still in the clear, still the star of her own show, still doing something out of love, okay? So she's really okay either way, and she's just worried about it. This is the card of anxiety where she's staying up at night. She's not sure if she should. Because the Ace of Cups was in both, and as somebody who's done this, I would say that maybe you can do both for a little while, like keep a job or have a job for stability, and then start your other thing on the side. And so that's how the Ace of Cups could show up in both the yes and no position and make sense to me. So just start little by little. It's not like tower, death, everything's over. It's like little by little, just put some money in the love cup and spend 5 minutes a day on that project, and then increase it to an hour a day. And then eventually it'll know, you know, you'll be really clear, like, yeah, this feels good. This was the right decision. Or like, oh, this is a terrible decision, right? All right, so is there anybody else? Barbie wants to know about what oracle deck I recommend for the animal cards. I use a deck called Spirit Medicine, and Amanda has a deck that from Alberto Viola that I actually got her for her birthday. You'd think I could remember it, but I love that deck. So that'll be the next animal card deck I get. Alicia wants to know, she says, this new person in her past has come back into her life. What does that mean? She's Pisces and single. New person in my past. So somebody you've dated before is coming back around. And you said, yeah, you're Pisces, right? So you're right on time. Like we were having Mercury retrograde in Pisces when we revisit old ideas, and it's, yes, you're right on time to be revisiting that. So what does it mean if she explores it, right? Means like you'd be doing some graduate work with this person. You know, it's next level work. What does it mean if she ignores it and passes the opportunity by? Okay, 2 of them. You know, what does it mean if she ignores it and there's the Lovers card? I don't know what to do with that. And then the 6 of Wands is a victory. It's like you can ignore this and leave it in the past and leave it alone. It's possible that it was a loving relationship that is complete. But you also had that higher level graduate work card. So the choice is yours, right? Like you can leave it alone and let it be complete and be clear about that, or you can work through the muddy Mercury retrograde energy in Pisces and say, I do want to do this graduate level work. There was a lesson that I'm wanting to learn, you know, and the lessons are going to keep coming, whether it's with the same person or the new person, you know, so you can't make a wrong decision. Thank you. Financial insight for Scorpio in distress. Danielle. What can we give Danielle that can help her with her financial distress? Here for Danielle. All right, so it's just like stop beating yourself up. There's more to be revealed. We don't have all the information we need. Maybe you're being delusional about something, right? And I say that with a lot of love. Like maybe there's just a piece that you're not addressing or looking at, you know, that's on you. You know, maybe it's that you just don't have the information because life hasn't played out yet. So stop beating yourself up. Plant some seeds going in the right direction and just keep doing the next right thing. That's all you can do. You know, just plant some seeds and keep the faith and keep doing the next right thing. That means that we become completely self-supporting, that we're not borrowing a whole bunch of money, that we're facing the music if we've gotten into a problem, and we're just taking full responsibility, planting a seed, doing the next right thing, doing everything we can to be clear with our finances, you know, because our finances are matched up with our self-worth. So if you wanted to do some self-worth work too, it would correspond beautifully with that energy. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do two more. I'm going to do Tina and Teresa, and then we'll close it out. So Tina is a Scorpio, and she's wanting to know, will I get justice for my parents? Am I on the right path pursuing the wrong? Well, Scorpio, fellow Scorpio, it's very easy to get vindictive. And I was offered an opportunity recently to be super vindictive, and I chose not to. And the thing that changed my mind was really had a lot to do with the kind of spiritual woman I want to be, and how I'm not responsible. Like, I'm not going to fix circumstances. All I'm going to fix is my response and my attitude towards things. So what do I want to radiate out into the world? Because I know it's going to come back at me. So if you want to be having justice on people, you better get ready for that to come back on you. All right, but let's look at a card anyways. Yeah, the Hanged Man says do nothing. Don't do anything right now. Don't pursue it. Don't not pursue it. You know, write something down, tell a friend. It doesn't look like, this is not a card of action or justice or movement. This is a card of slow down, get into some self-reflection, and check your motives, really. That's all. Hope that's useful. Teresa was the last one I said I would do, and she's looking for some good news around her health. So when will her health improve for Teresa? Clear for Teresa and her health. Two of Cups. The Hermit. Interesting energy. So when we're asking a timeline question, I'm going to flip cards over until I get a number, and the first number that came up was the first card. It's the Two of Cups. And so what I would say about that is 2, so 2 days, probably not, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. So only you know what's going to resonate with that, but 2s. And then also this card to me indicates like love is part of the healing thing, because this is the card of relationships and love and balance and reciprocity. So really being in your self-love is going to help your health a lot. I say self-love because we've got the Hermit. So it does look like you need a little bit of alone time to be in your space, to give yourself some space to do the healing. And so the more you can kind of retreat a little bit and take care of just what's in your own hula hoop, the faster I think it's going to resolve. But I really have to sneeze. I hope this reading gave you some kind of insight and advice and guidance. I really look forward to Free Tarot Fridays now, so thank you guys for all your comments. They mean a lot to me. Again, we've got the forecast and the podcast and all of the tools at wiseskiesadvice.com. And we're looking forward to some cool webinars we're going to be doing this year. And until next time, keep reaching for the stars. Namaste.